Hello grade 6. Today we're gonna start unit 8 and it's called It's a Mystery. It's a mystery, and by the way, mystery here is a noun. It means something that you cannot understand. Something that you cannot understand. Let's start with our new word. The first one here is ancient. Ancient. Ancient means very old. It's an adjective, and when you put it in a sentence, you can say the pyramids are ancient. The pyramids are very old. Number 2 is artifact. Artifact is an object made by a person. Again, it's an object made by a person. An artifact here is a noun. The Egyptian Museum is full of artifacts. It's full of artifacts, and here we have L for full. Okay, number 3, evidence. Evidence means it facts that you make you believe that something is true. Again, it's a fact that make you believe that something is true. And the sentence here, the witness to the accident will be asked to give evidence in court. Okay, number 4, fascinating. Fascinating here, it's an adjective and it means very interesting. I think it's fascinating to know how magic tricks are working. So fascinating here means very interesting. Investigation. Investigation, it means something that to try to find out what happened. Like the police make some investigation to know who is the murder. The murder cause is still under investigation. Number 5, mysterious. It's an adjective, as we can say mystery is a noun, mysterious is adjective. Mystery is noun, mysterious is adjective, and it means that no one can understand or explain. The story is very mysterious, no one can explain it. And the last one here, it's site. Site. It's a place where a building used to be or where something happened. Like we can say, this is the site where the old stadium was long ago. This is the site where the old stadium were long ago. Let's go to the second part of the word. It's working with words. We add able, we add the suffix able to some verbs to make adjectives. So some verbs to make adjectives. So here we have the verbs and here are the adjective. Accept here is a verb. Accept, to agree to something or someone. Acceptable, it's the adjective of the verb. He accepted my ideas and he thought that my ideas were acceptable. Number 2, comfort and comfortable. Comfort is the verb, comfortable is the adjective. The sofa always comforts me. It's very comfortable. Number 3, advice with the S and advisable. This is the adjective and this is the verb. And by the way, advice with the C is the noun. They advise her to keep calm. It's advisable to keep calm. And you have here to find the difference between the verb, how can you use the verb and how can you use the adjective. And the last one here is reason and reasonable. Reason here is the verb. People don't always reason the problem they are in. They aren't always, or they don't always think about it rightly or logically. And reasonable here, it's the adjective. The teacher gives us a reasonable amount of homework. Something like enough homework. It's something like a good amount of homework. This is reasonable. Now let's answer some questions, and after that we will answer, or we will read the text. Choose the correct answer. Number 1, it's a very space cave. There is nothing else like it. So there is nothing else like it. It's a very sure. It's strange. Strange. So underline strange. Number 2, the police are doing an space into the robbery. Yeah, sure, is doing an investigation. He found a strong space that showed he was the murderer. So here we have, yeah, sure, facts that makes you believe something. It's evidence. Evidence. Number 4, the manager saw that my ideas were, yeah, sure, it's adjective, acceptable. We space people not to go climbing. Here we have to put a verb. So we advise with S, it's the verb. Advice with C is the noun. The story was very space, was very believable, was very believable. It means that you can believe it. Kate and Ed space the cave in France. Yeah, sure. Kit and Aid explored in the past, because this is the only option here. This is a space where the old stadium was long ago. This is the site. This is the place of the old stadium. They often spend the computer in the evening. They often use the computer. This is a verb. And the last one here, our teacher gave us a space amount of homework, a reasonable amount of homework, a good amount of homework. Now let's go to our text and listen to it carefully.
It's not very comfortable in here, and it's very dark. I don't like it.
Let's stay near the entrance. There's more light there.
Do you remember that time we explored a cave in France, Ed?
Yes, we had to leave when Dad realised he'd left the map in the car.
Well, we've got a map now. Let's see where this cave is.
It's raining really hard now.
Look! There's water coming through the back of the cave.
Look out! The cave wall is coming down.
Everyone stand back!
Hey, there's another cave through there.
And there's something in there. It looks like a treasure chest.
Wow, it looks ancient.
Where did it come from?
It's very mysterious.
Okay, now let's go great text. It's not very comfortable here. Comfortable here is the adjective. Comfortable is the adjective, and the verb of comfortable is comfort, as we said. And it's very dark. I don't like it. Let's stay near the entrance. Entrance here is a place. It's a noun, and the verb of it is enter. There is more light there. Do you remember the time we explored a cave in France? Yes, we had to leave when Dad realized he'd left the map in the car. Well, we have got a map now. Let's see where the cave is. It's raining really hard now. Look, there's water coming through the back of the cave. Look out, it means watch out. Be careful, the cave wall is coming down. Everyone, stand back. Hey, there is another cave through there, and there is something in there. It looks like a treasure chest. Can you see? This is a treasure chest, something like a box. And in the box there is a treasure. Wow, it looks ancient. Ancient here is an adjective. Ancient, it's being very old. Where did it come from? It's a very mysterious. Now, let's go to answer this exercise. Number 1. It's a very space cave painting. There is nothing else like it, so it's very strange. We will choose from these words in here. Okay. Number 2. They found an interesting space in the cave. Yeah, they found an interesting artifact, something made by a human or by a person. Number 3, space history is about things that happened very long ago. Yeah, sure, it's ancient history, history. Number 4, I think it's a space to know how people lived long ago. I think it's interesting. Yeah, we don't have interesting, so yeah, I think it's fascinating. Fascinating means very interesting. The police are doing an space into the robbery. The police are doing an investigation. The story is very space. Nobody can explain as it's very mysterious. Number 7, there is a space that show how people used to live. There is evidence, something that makes you believe something. There is a space where the old stadium was long ago. This is a site. So let's go to the last part of our lesson. It's working with words. Accept, acceptable. Comfort, comfortable. Reason, reasonable. Advise, advisable. Believe, believable. And use, usable. Now let's answer the last exercise. We space people not to go. We already answered it. We advise people. This is a verb. Our teacher gave us a reasonable amount of homework. We think the price for this car is acceptable, that we can accept it. Tell the story is very believable. You can believe it. And we often space the computer. We often use the computer. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you. Meet you next time.